everybody, and welcome back into Mile High Huddle. I am your host, Kim Becker. And Chad, General Manager George Paton has promised to bring in a veteran quarterback, according to Mike Kliss. So if this does indeed happen, for a little insurance to Drew Lock, are there any free agents that really rise to the surface here that could be the guy for this situation?
I know Broncos fans, before I get to the free agents, I know a lot of Broncos fans are still pining for Deshaun Watson, holding out a little hope maybe too that Russell Wilson might get traded or might choose the Denver Broncos. But George Paton can only control what he can control. And right now, what's available to him are the free agent quarterbacks. So that's all Kliss reported, was that he's promising George Paton to bring in a veteran hedge, and not just a veteran, but a guy that has proven in the league that he can win games. So who among this free agent quarterback class can check that box? Well, I know he doesn't get a lot of credit, but Andy Dalton, he has a winning record as a starting quarterback in the league. Alex Smith, a winning record as a starting quarterback in the league. And if you really wanted to boil it down to only guys who have proven they can win, Tyrod Taylor, the ex-Charger, the ex-Bill, the ex-Raven, he also has a winning record as an NFL starter. But to me, I think the dream, as much as it comes with a little bit of, injury misgivings, you got to be a little bit careful here. But that's why you got Brett Rippon, right? Brett Rippon proved to be a really valuable piece for Pat Shurmur last year. But that's Alex Smith. Alex Smith, he was never putting up Star Wars numbers in Kansas City, right? You saw when he left and Patrick Mahomes took over, that offense went into Star Wars mode. But the one thing that Alex Smith could do was move the chains on third down and distribute the ball to the playmakers. He's never going to throw 40 touchdowns in a season. He's not going to average you over, 32 points a game, but he can move the chains, get the ball to the playmakers, and he knows how to win. He's a great leader. You worry about that leg a little bit after everything he went through, but that's the number one guy for me, followed by Andy Dalton. And I know some fans like Ryan Fitzpatrick is an option. Maybe he'll retire, maybe he won't. We don't know which way that wind's blowing, but I like Alex Smith. I like Andy Dalton, especially if it's about backing up Drew, providing a little bit of competitive anxiety and a true fail-safe if the you-know-what hits the fan.
The moment you started talking about Alex Smith, the first word that came into my mind was leader. I think he is probably one of the biggest leaders in the quarterback aspect of the entire league. So I definitely think that he would be great for Drew Lock. And George Paton says, Drew Lock has those traits of being a leader, but maybe he just needs, George Paton didn't say this, but I'm saying maybe he just needs, someone to really kind of boost his confidence in that and help him and be that role model for him. But wow, also resilience. Alex Smith is the complete definition of that. So wow, that would be a really good candidate.
Total warrior, right? This is a guy that overcame, he almost lost his life with that leg, with all the complications, if you followed that story at all. It's just a remarkable miracle that what he overcame and to get cleared by the Washington football team last year to return to the field. It's phenomenal. Don't be surprised if he ends up returning to the Rocky Mountains to play. Plus, he's an old AFC West guy. He knows the division, relatively speaking. And as you said, great leader. And I think if he were to be signed as, understanding, here's George Paton sits down with him, Pat Shurmur, Vic Fangio, they sit down and they say, look, you're the guy if the you-know-what hits the fan, but the focus needs to be, please help us get the most out of Drew. Show him the ropes. Help us determine whether or not this is our future. And I think that's a job that Alex Smith could do very, very well.
Yes, I agree. He would be a great addition to the team. I definitely think that. Well, Chad, thank you so much. We will have more answers hopefully in the next couple of weeks as free agency gets rolling here. And as always, thanks so much for your insight.
Thanks, Kim.